in the field, on the field, everything we do, we dominate. That means kill a fly with a sledgehammer. But it's not about the fly you just hit. It's about the other flies that's watching.
Go Dogs! Well, welcome to another edition of the Chennis Berry Show. As we talk South Carolina State football with Bulldog head coach Chennis Berry. This past week, the Bulldogs had a week off, and coach, after 3 tough road games, off week gave me a really good time this year.
I tell you what, we needed it. We needed it as a football program. You know, guys were banged up. No necessarily major injuries, but guys were banged up, so we had to work on us and just making sure that we can get those bodies right. And then we had to make sure we can do self-scouts. Well, what we mean when we say self-scout is we got the opportunity in the first 3 games just kind of see who we are. When people watch us on film, what are they seeing? Then we had an opportunity to really work on fundamentals, footwork, fit, finish, eye discipline, pad level discipline, all those things that matter. So it was a great week, man. We probably had one of our best weeks of practice since we've been playing, opportunity to just work on us and fix us. And I really think we got better as a football program last week.
Coach, what did the guys do? What was their week like? Was there a day off anywhere in there to kind of mentally get them focused, or what was their week like?
So after we, played on Saturday, I gave them Sunday off to just kind of get away from it all, get their bodies right. Then we actually had Monday off as well. That's their typical day during the week where we give them an academic day to just work on academics. Then we got busy on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And we had weights on Tuesday and Thursday as well. But we got a chance to really, take the pads off. Tuesday, we got out there and just helmets. And we worked on a lot of indie. We like 45 minutes of indie. And typically, everybody knows during the season, you don't get that much individual time. So we were able to take a lot of individuals and really work on our fundamentals and things we've been talking about. We got a new shoot that we're excited about. So our O-line and D-lines got a chance to work on their pad level and get in the shoots. And then we got a chance to just do some team periods, some special teams periods, just really work on the fundamentals of special teams. So we did that on Tuesday, and then Wednesday and Thursday we got a chance to put a little pads on and really work on running the football and stopping the run. That's things that we have to hold our hats on as a program. So all in all, I think we really, really got better as a football program. I was super excited coming out of practice on Thursday. We wanted to make sure that we can just go into the break feeling really, really good about ourselves. And we probably had our best single practice of the whole entire season. Guys were flying around. Our scout teams were giving us great looks. It was a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of effort in practice. And we ended that practice with an outstanding prayer. We got a chance to just send everybody away, and we wanted them to get away from it all on Friday and Saturday. And we come back today on Sunday, ready to work, ready to get 1% better and get ready for a good North Carolina A&T football team.
That's a good rundown of what the players did, Coach, but your coaching staff, you guys really don't get a day off. Once the season starts, it's 24 hours all the time.
Yeah, there's no such thing as coaches' days off. But I wanted them to get away from it all as well. So Thursday after practice, we left and then hit our schools, our local schools in our areas. So, still building relationships. It's about building relationships in this, especially in the state of South Carolina. So they got out and hit some schools on Thursday. Then Friday, they went back to some different schools in their areas and then had the opportunity to go to some games on Friday nights. High school football here at the Palmetto State is very, very important. So they went out and hit some schools and building those relationships throughout the state of South Carolina. And then Saturday, got a chance to just watch ball, enjoy their families, get away from it all, decompress, get themselves refocused, get ready to rock and roll. And we're back in the office Sunday, breaking down all the film, getting ready for North Carolina A&T.
Stepping away from football, there's a lot going to be going on in Orangeburg this week because it's Hall of Fame week coming up this week in Orangeburg. And from that standpoint, Coach, it's an opportunity for some older Bulldogs and some new fans to come out and see your team for the first time, and I'm sure you guys want to make a good impression.
Oh, we're super excited. First of all, congratulations to all the members that made Hall of Fame. That's always a great accomplishment. Whenever you can get acknowledged for your accomplishments, that's always a great thing. And but we want all of us see Dawson Stadium packed. We want the whole entire stadium packed. We're playing against our old MEAC rival, North Carolina A&T Aggies, and we want to welcome them the right way. And so we want to make sure that we have all of your faces in the place. We want screaming fans there supporting the Bulldogs because they work really, really hard. And they're excited to be able to come home. We had our first 3 games on the road. We get a chance. We had an opportunity to go into hostile territories. Now I want somebody else that come into a hostile territory right here at Oliver C. Dawson Stadium. So we're super excited as a staff. Our team was chopping at the bit. They can't wait to come out and get better and show Bulldog Nation what we're all about.
All right, we're going to take a minute now for the Prisma Health Injury Report for the off week. And, of course, no games, so hopefully not a lot of injuries, Coach. But, again, this week gives you time really to heal because people don't realize, once the season starts, you get a guy injured, they generally have that injury the entire season.
I mean, we were banged up, no major injuries, but banged up, I would say, more than anything. And, we wanted to make sure that we get those bodies right, make sure we get the proper rest because half the battle, sometimes people think getting treatment is important, but getting rest is important. And, so many things that happen in the game of football. It's a physical sport. So not only getting rest, making sure that we get in that weight room. Coach Irby and his staff does a great job to make sure we get those bodies right, make sure we get in the right stretching, then make sure we go in there and get treatment. Just treat our bodies and take care of our temple. We only get one. So, again, it's important that we take care of our bodies.
All right, that is the Prisma Health Injury Report for the off week. We're going to take a time out here on the Chennis Show. When we come back, we're going to put Coach David Blanchard in the coach's spotlight on this edition of the Chennis Show.
A single moment can ignite a passion. With every play, a spirit of teamwork is forged, and determination evolves into success. Life is the ultimate team sport, and a trusted teammate makes all the difference. Our team at Founders Federal Credit Union works hard every day to offer the financial tools you need, backed by unrivaled member service. Relax, you're with Founders.
No one takes care of families like Prisma Health. As South Carolina's largest health system, we have nearly 600 primary care doctors across the Midlands and upstate, so you can choose the one who's right for you. With a more personalized approach, more locations, and more convenience, including 24/7 virtual urgent care and online or in-person visits with your primary care doctor, we're doing even more to help you be your healthiest you. Prisma Health, the primary care experts.
Go Dogs, and welcome back to the Chennis Show. As we talk Bulldog football with head coach Chennis, our coach's spotlight. One of my favorites. He's been around about as long as I've been around. Talk about David Blanchard, who at one time was an offensive line coach. And Coach, I knew Coach Blanchard was going to be a good coach because he was a player. He could play every position on the offensive line. I mean, at the drop of a hat. But I tell you what, he's a gem for us here at South Carolina State.
Blanchard's amazing, man. First of all, Blanchard's a great resource for me. I've been knowing Blanchard a long time. Anybody that knows our staff, they know that we're the two seasoned vets on the staff. And I've been knowing Blanchard a long time. I always had a great relationship with Blanchard. Used to see him out on the road recruiting when I was at different schools, and he's been here at South Carolina State. But grateful to have Blanchard on the staff, man. He's an amazing person. He loves Bulldog Nation. He's a product of this program, and he's been a great resource for me as I continue to build this program the right way.
All right, folks, we know Coach David Blanchard. Right now, we want you to meet our David Blanchard.
I'm Coach David Blanchard, and this is the Coach's Spotlight.
Coach Blanch, defensive line coach. How did you get into football?
I got into football through my father. He talked about football all the time, when I was growing up. The school he played for was Norris Middle School. Well, at the time, it was Norris High School. That's how I got started.
I see that you're a defensive line coach. Is that what you played here during your college career?
No, my high school and college career, I was an offensive lineman. I played offensive tackle in high school, and I got here, and Coach Calcutta moved me to center. And Coach Bailey perfected it from there. I was a 3-year starter.
Playing on the offensive line, how did that help you coach the defensive line?
Being an offensive lineman, and coaching the D-line now, you know what the offensive linemen are looking for and the tendencies they pick up. So that has really helped me a lot, coaching the defensive line. And of course, when you got good players, it's easier to be a D-line coach.
I know that you've been coaching for a while. Who was your favorite recruit?
It's a bunch of those guys. There's several of them. All of them was great. It's guys like Javon Hargraves, guys like Ronell Ferguson, Reggie Owens. It's just a lot of guys. It's Keon Brooks, Jane Simmons. It's been a bunch of guys that it's just so many to name, and I just enjoyed all of them.
Well, We already know that there's been a transition at head coach from legendary Coach Buddy Pugh to now head coach Chennis Barry. How's your transition been?
Oh, it's been great. Coach Barry is a guy that I've known, a long time. And the way you see him now, that's who he's been since I've known him. It's just been a great transition. Those guys are very similar. When Coach Pugh first got here, it was similar. Coach Barry is similar to what Coach Pugh was. So those guys are very similar in their coaching styles.
Coach Blanchard, I see you taking lead with the defensive tackles, the interior of the defensive line. Could you expound on that?
Well, I always tell the guys, defensive line is the heart of your football team, especially on defense. But the guys up the middle, those are the guys. And we got some guys in the middle. We got John Hannibal, we got Octaveon Mentor, we got Josh Barker, and we got Micaiah Settles. Great young men and tremendous workers. Love working with those guys.
Last question. If you weren't coaching the defensive line, what position would you like to coach?
It'll have to be on the offensive side of the ball as an offensive line coach. I started there, and that's where my heart was, and I really enjoyed coaching the offensive line.
Well, Coach, thank you for actually coming on here and giving your time to us and showing us what it is to be a defensive line coach for the South Carolina State Bulldogs.
Go Dogs!
You've never been afraid to put in the work. The extra early, extra late, extra work. Because you understand that education is the key that unlocks everything. Better pay, better hours, better opportunities, a better you. And playing the lottery is no different. Getting educated before you play gives you the tools you need to be a better player, like knowing when to play and when to take a rain check. Visit sceducationlottery.com/betteryou to be a better player.
Why do we travel? Why do we fly? Are we called by the excitement of untold adventures in faraway places? Driven to shape the future of our world, or to share our world with future generations? We designed Columbia Metropolitan Airport for you, and her, and them. So when the day arrives for your next journey, we'll be ready to get you there. Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly with ease.
Go Dogs! And welcome back to the Chennis Berry Show. We talk Bulldog football with head coach Chennis Berry. Right now we're going to go to the players spotlight. We're going to put Octaveon Tank Mentor, Chester's own coach. Quite a player, quite a person.
Unbelievable human being. If you met Octaveon Tank Mentor, you will fall in love with him right away. Just a great person. I'm so proud of him. He crushed it academically last semester with a 4.0. He's a really, really good football player for us, and I'm grateful to have him on our leadership council, and I'm really super excited that he's in our program.
All right, folks, well, you should meet Octaveon Tank Mentor on this edition of the Chennis Berry Show.
I am Octaveon Tank Mentor. I am doing the players spotlight. Go Dogs.
Being a student athlete is a full-time job. What is Tank Mentor like to do outside of football that most people don't know?
I love watching film. I love talking to my roommates. Like, when all of us in the room, we all come in the living room, we talk about what we did at practice, what we did today. I love, if I had homework to do, I'll make sure I'm gonna do that. But that's all about it. Everybody.
I see that you're a part of Coach Barry's leadership council, right?
Yes, sir.
What is being selected for that leadership role mean to you? And what are some of the responsibilities that you had being a part of the leadership council?
So being on the leadership council, you gotta lead by example. Coach Barry already preached that. You gotta lead by example. So when you on the field, off the field, you always gotta lead by example. So like Sunday, matter of fact, yesterday, it was too much talking going on in the on stretch line. So Coach Barry, like he told us, he wants to lead, so we had to say something. So we had to start the stretch line back over and on stretch again. So he always preached about that leading by example, on the field, off the field.
And during multiple coaching staffs, with Coach Buddy Pugh and now head coach Chennis Barry, what are some of the adjustments that you've had to deal with this new coaching staff?
So the new defensive line coach, Coach Howard, and I still got Coach Blanchard. So like Coach Blanchard, he coached the D tackle. Coach Howard, he the defensive line coach, but he coached the on defense end. With Coach Howard, he hard on us. He wants to do right. That's why he's so hard on us. He always told me, if he hard on you, that means he loves you. So he always hard on his group. So like he wants to do right. He wants to play with amazing effort. It's always about effort. He wants you to play with amazing effort. You don't play with amazing effort, I don't know what to tell you out there, but you know. But Coach Howard, he a good guy. Coach Blanchard, a good guy. I love both of the coaches. Like with the new coach staff, I love who they bring in. They all good guys. I love all the coaches.
What do you feel are the possibilities for this team this season?
Like we say, we gotta go 1-0. We gotta pay the fee. We gotta go 1-0. We gotta pay the fee. Go dog.
So, final question.
Yes, sir.
Say this going 1-0. You gotta pay the fee. What will it take for us to go 1-0 and paying the fee?
It started at practice. It started in the film room. It started in our meeting. So like, when you're in your meetings, like they always tell you gotta take notes. You gotta take notes on the opponent. So it started in the film room. Then it started in the field, paying attention. You gotta pay attention all the time.
Hey, man, I appreciate you coming out here and being a part of the show and actually representing for the defensive line, man, and being a part of the player spotlight.
Yes, sir. Go Dogs.
Hey, grab me one too.
Come to South Carolina State University. Here you'll find unlimited possibilities for wherever you want your college career to take you. Since 1896, we've trained generations of scholars and leaders, building a legacy of excellence. Explore our stellar academic programs, including nuclear engineering, military science, biology, education, computer science, agribusiness, and more. Enjoy student-focused activities and organizations and discover your passion. Dare to be great. Enroll now and join our legacy of excellence at South Carolina State University.
Your home is where your memories live, where you laugh, and where you love. We understand the importance of the valuables under your roof, tangible and intangible alike. So no matter what's around the corner, we'll be there, offering you and your family the support that's made Farm Bureau Insurance a trusted name for nearly 70 years. You deserve more. You deserve a promise.
Go Dogs! As we talk South Carolina State football with Bulldog head coach Chennis. When you just met Tank Minute, that's just one of the Bulldogs on this team. But coach, this entire team went out into the community and really showed their faces in some places that people hadn't seen them before, and it's good for them to get out and reach out and help out.
The Orangeburg, South Carolina community has been great to us. So I truly believe there's an attitude of gratitude, and we want to give back to them. So some of our young men went out. They had HBCU week this past week, and they went out to a local elementary school and just spent time with those kids and just pour back into our community. We also had a group of our players. It was 9 of them actually at New Mount Zion Baptist Church that went and got baptized this weekend as well. So, it's been a great week for our young men. Anytime we can get back in this community of Orangeburg, what a special place it's been to us. Again, attitude of gratitude. Just like they pour into us, we want to pour back into them.
Of course, coming up this week, it's Hall of Fame week, and that means North Carolina A&T. And Coach, this is your first encounter with North Carolina A&T from this standpoint, because you were at A&T before. So these two schools and the two fan bases, I don't know if it's a friendly rivalry, but it's a big rivalry.
It's a big game. Why? Because it's the next game. And, it means a lot to the alumni of both institutions. But, when we're talking about the Bulldogs, I tell you what, this is a very important game. We have to go and take care of business. And how we do that by winning the day and fall in love with the process. I remember back in the day when I worked at North Carolina A&T, we used to play South Carolina State in Memorial Stadium in Charlotte. You know, so I was at A&T twice as an assistant coach. Now to be here as the head football coach at South Carolina State, it brings joy to my heart. So, because I know how important this game is. I saw some the old Bulldogs that was at the Touchdown Club in Orangeburg this past week, and they wanted to remind me how important this game was to them and the households. So it's very important that our young be locked in this week and find a way to accomplish the mission that we try to accomplish every week, find a way to go 1-0.
They used to call it the battle on the border, but now this battle's going to be right here at the Oliver C. Dawson Bulldog Stadium. Coach, North Carolina A&T, we had an opportunity to see them on TV this past week. I'm sure you didn't concern your players with that because you guys spent the week working on yourselves.
Absolutely. We want to work on ourselves. But obviously, we've been breaking down A&T at least for a week and a half now. So we've had the opportunity to have all of their games, the games they've played so far this year. And it was an added bonus to be able to watch them play live versus North Carolina Central this past Saturday. So our guys are locked in on it. They're already studying them, trying to learn their tendencies, where they good at, where they need work at, and so on and so forth. Same thing with us. We are working on us. It's not about the opponent right now. Right now, we're focusing on us versus us. And again, still trying to bridge the gap between potential and performance. And I think we're on our way.
You start thinking about that, Coach. Coming into the Georgia Southern game, what was the things that you wanted to address right away that you don't want to carry over the rest of the season?
Well, small things like penalties. You know, we got to get rid of the penalties. Those are those self-inflicted negatives. So we really address the penalties and how we have to clean those things up. Special teams. Special teams is a third of the game. All right. I think we've been doing some good things on offense and defense, but a third of the game is special teams. So we really, really spent a lot of times breaking down special teams, not just with scheme, but also changing some personnel to give guys opportunities. Again, opportunities don't go away. They just go to other people. And sometimes if the fit doesn't work the way we want to do, we got to get other guys the opportunity to go shine. But we worked on some things with our scheme as well, special teams-wise, and I think we're on our way, and the guys are locked in to the process of what we're trying to get done.
All right, that takes us to the Davis Toyota Keys of the game coming up against North Carolina A&T. Man, you mentioned special teams. A&T ran one back. They scored first in that game against North Carolina Central. A 100-yard return. There's your special teams right there. You got to be prepared for that.
Well, you know, keys to any game, we want to win the effort battle. That's nothing to do with talent. We want to win the penalty battle. We just talked about that. We want to win the explosive battle, and we want to win the turnover battle. You know, we can't turn the ball over, but we want to create takeaways from them. All in all, like you say, man, they opened up the opening kickoff, and they took it all the way to the house. But that's why in the game of football, there's ebb and flow. Things happen, keep playing. Good things happen, keep playing. Bad things happen, keep playing. Play the next play. And our young men will be locked in on that as well. As you can see, North Carolina Central was locked in on that. So again, we're focused, we're locked in. Like I say, I'm super excited and encouraged coming out of last week because our young men were flying around, a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of execution, and they understand the mission, and the mission is to go 1-0.
I tell you what, folks, the key to that North Carolina Central, North Carolina A&T game, the fans. That place was packed up in Durham this past week. We need to pack this week coming up.
Listen, that's what I'm talking about. I want to make sure that Oliver C. Dawson Stadium, this is my first home game, and it's welcome me with open arms. I'm so excited about it. Like you say, to look at that game at O'Kelly Riddick Stadium, I think that's what they call it. It was packed there, man. A lot of support from both fan bases. But again, it's not about them, it's about us right now. They got to come into Oliver C. Dawson Stadium. So I'm excited about it and can't wait to see you all in the place this upcoming weekend.
Folks, we want to thank our sponsors of the Chennis Berry Show, Founders Federal Credit Union, Prisma Health, South Carolina Educational Lottery, Orangeburg County, Healthy Blue, Pepsi, MUSC, Food Lion and their Sack to Give Back program, and of course, Davis Toyota with the keys to game. Well, thank you for joining us on this edition of the Chennis Berry Show. We'll see you next week, same time. And we look forward to seeing you on Saturday when the Bulldogs kick it off against the North Carolina A&T Aggies at the Oliver C. Dawson Bulldog Stadium, Willie E. Jeffries Field. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. In the field, on the field, everything we do, we dominate. That means kill a fly with a sledgehammer. But it's not about the fly you just did. It's about the other flies that's watching.